The workers were cutting down trees. The giant boulder beneath their feet was suddenly awakened. In order to go back to sleep peacefully, it stood up and walked to another place to rest. But it never expected that a rope would suddenly wrap around it and drag it away by force. At the dawn of Earth's formation, all kinds of creatures began to appear. It was originally a great mountain, but because it loved to sleep, it had been sleeping for dozens of centuries. It slept straight through from the age of dinosaurs to the Ice Age. As time passed, it grew smaller and smaller. Eventually, it became the small hill we see today. It wasn't until humans came to cut down trees that it was awakened. It wanted to move somewhere else to get some more sleep, but once again, a rope caught it and dragged it away. It was ground down and processed. Finally, it was made into a millstone. It spun endlessly every day. It could never sleep again, until one day, it was discovered by a group of soldiers. It was taken away once more. Again, after being crushed by machinery, it became even smaller. Once again, it was polished and placed inside a cannon barrel. There, it was fired out. Just like that, it fell into the water, but the sea wouldn't accept it. It pushed the stone back to shore. Lonely, it wandered into a village and suddenly spotted a glow. It decided to settle down there and sleep quietly, but then a big hand appeared. It turned out to be an archaeologist. Behind this stone, he was lucky enough to discover the fossil of an ancient creature. From then on, it lived in a museum. Just when it thought this would be its forever home, the glass in front of it suddenly shattered. It fell out of the display case. It dropped straight into a trash can. Then it was thrown out as garbage. A passerby saw it. He threw it into someone else's house. After rolling around, the little stone finally ended up on a nearby road. A passing car hit it and sent it flying. After being ground by gears, the little stone became even smaller. Exhausted, it planned to fall asleep right there. But unexpectedly, a steamroller came by and crushed it into tiny pebbles. Then it was swept up as dust into a pile of sand. The nearby little stone thought it could finally sleep peacefully, but a sand excavator started working. It sent the stone up onto a conveyor belt. After being fired at high temperatures, it was processed into glass. Then, carrying humanity's dreams and hopes, it was launched into space. However, due to human error, the satellite was destroyed. It eventually crashed onto another planet. As time went by, this planet began to evolve. Everything seemed to start all over again in a cycle. The little stone grew large again. New life began to appear on this small planet.